Hello everyone, it's great to see you all for our second recorder rehearsal or tutorial. Last week we talked about breathing, we introduced ourselves to the C major scale, we discussed proper practices in posture, expanding our chest cavities, filling it with air as much as possible while still being loose, and we did a number of other things. Today we're going to build on that, and of course tone and breathing is a recurring principle that we will always have to focus on all the time. And that's a very, very difficult challenge, of course. So let's go right into it. First, what we're going to ask you to do is we're going to do a couple of exercises in breathing. So we're going to practice inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling through our mouth, filling up our chest cavities while still having relaxed shoulders, back straight, and exhaling through the mouth with a steady stream of wind or air, okay? So make sure that you focus on a continuous breath pressure in your exhale and in your inhale as well, for that matter. Not shallow breathing, but make sure that it's proper and full and grounded. Let's try that, all right? Go. Inhale. All the way out. Loosen your shoulders and exhale through the mouth. Direct stream. Beautiful. I'm going to use that same principle in our next two breaths. I'm going to play the recorder. I'm going to play an F, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. And what I want to do is I want to have that same continuous breath in my exhale when I'm blowing through the recorder, all right? So we're playing an F. Let's try that, all right? So we're going to inhale, loose shoulders, and not bad. It was a little bit wavering, but that's fine. It's okay. We're going to try the next one. When we're going in the lower registers, we will find that maybe our breath pressure is a little bit more labored or slow. Whereas when we're going into the higher register, we're going a little bit faster. But mind you, whatever note that you're playing, there is a window. So there is a cusp or an extreme where you can't go beyond, but there is a little bit of wiggle room within that. So each note requires a specific kind of breath pressure just above and just below. And if we go beyond or below the thresholds, then it will not sound proper. Let's do G. All right, so 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try that. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale through the mouth as we're playing and make it continuous. Go. Not bad. I was a little bit winded. You could tell that maybe my tone wasn't the best as it could be, but it's fine. I'm going to practice. We've already done 3. Let's do G, A, and B. Sustained G's, A's, and B's. And let's see if we can really focus on that note being very, very even. And I'm going to close my eyes maybe, and I'll focus on that, and I'll visualize the sound that's coming from my recorder. So I'm starting with a G. We'll go to an A, then we'll go to a B. Ready? It's not bad. I was waffling here and there, wavering up and down. I'm probably maybe a little bit taxed, maybe I'm a little stressed, maybe I have a little bit of tension in my shoulders. I gotta just relax and let A be even better than that. So let's go A, which is 0, 1, 2. Let's try that. And think about an arch. Go. Inhale, exhale. That was a little bit better. There's still a lot of work to be done, and I'm sure that you're probably thinking to yourself, it's not good enough, when will it be better? The answer is, well, it's a life process. It's a lifelong journey, all right? Whatever instrument that you're learning, it takes a lifetime to master it, and even then, you're only just scratching the surface. There's just so much to know. Let's take a look at that B. Let's see if we can build upon our G and our A. The G and the A was pretty good. Let's see if we can make that B even stronger. Regular, even, flowing tone, and feel that arch. Go. 0 and 1. That was okay. That was pretty good. I was having a pursed lip. My lips were a little bit tight on the beak, so I want to avoid that. Make sure that it's firm, but not tight. Okay, so that was great. Use that as an exercise to practice a few notes here and there. Maybe an F, maybe a G, maybe an A, maybe a B. But I want to take a look at our C major scale again. And maybe what we'll do is we'll practice learning the C major scale to octaves. And that's kind of tricky, but once we get that span of notes, we'll go beyond that, of course. But if we can get that, that would be pretty good. So let's take a look at our notes. So our first note is 0, 1, 2, 3. Remember, my left hand is holding just that portion of the recorder. 0, 1, 2, 3, and it's 4, 5, 6, and 7, all right? So I'm gonna be playing a C, middle C, and it's all holes are covered minus the 8 hole, which is at the bottom, which will give me a B, but half holing that, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. Okay, so let's try the C. It's warm and easy. Let's try this. Not bad. I want you to now try this. The minimal amount of breath pressure to produce that C, and then push it as much as you can before it breaks. All right? Do you know what I mean by that? You push it with respect to adding a little bit more air or wind pressure, but don't add too much because it might break. So let's see how far we can go. Did you notice that when I pushed a little bit more, it almost wanted to break? So that was my ceiling. I don't want to go beyond that. So tread very carefully, but also remember what your ceiling is and what your floor is, so you blow just enough, all right? We're going to a D now. Let's try that, which is above middle C. That's not bad. It's pretty good. Let's think of an arch with that D. That was a little bit better. Still, I could tell my breath was fluctuating. I am a little bit jittered right now, but you know what? I need to calm down, and this is going to be my musical yoga, all right? So now I'm on E. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 notes above C. This is a C major scale, so I could think of this as E or me in the C major scale. All right, so we're playing an E. Okay, let's try it. That was pretty good. Let me try again. Minimal amount of breath pressure that's required to produce the E, and what's my ceiling? So I'm gonna start off very quietly, and I'm gonna add more breath pressure before I even break. Did you notice those overtones? It was almost breaking and the pitch was going a little bit more. Also remember that if you add too much breath within that window, you're gonna pitch that E or whatever tone that you're playing a little bit sharper or a little bit flatter depending on whether you add too much breath or too little. We're going to an F. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Remember your whole numbers too. Let's try that. It's not bad. Then we're going to a G. Beautiful. We're going to an A. When you play that A, think about the note having a bit of an arch. It has shape to it. That's just very simple. If I wanted to have that purity of tone, I'll just play a pipe organ flute stop, and then that'll sound exactly it. So yes, we do want to have an evenness of tone on a recorder, but having a little bit of that irregularity makes it human and makes it breathe, all right? So that's good too. So we're on an A. That was good. Now I'm on a B. Let's try this. That was pretty good too. I'm on to a C, an octave above middle C, which is 0 and 2. Go. Okay, now I'm going to a D, which is just 2. Beautiful. An E above that is exactly like the E below, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to half hole my O though, my 0 hole, just ever so slightly. And what I mean by half holing, I mean that I'm having a slight leak in the 0 hole. Listen. Beautiful. I'm going to be going up to an F. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Again, just above the D, I'm going to be now half holing. So I'm half holing all of a sudden now. So I'm going to an F. That was good. The G is exactly like the G octave below. The only difference is, what's the difference? I'm half holing my 0. A minor slight leak in my 0 hole. Let's try that. That's pretty good. And I'm getting to those high chippy notes. Enjoy those the sharpness of those notes. I'm going to an A, which is 0, 1, 2. Let's go. And remember, half hole again. And just the thing about that half holing, if I half hole it too much or not enough, it will show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this note, this A again, and I'm going to really a big leak in the 0 hole, and then I'm going to cover it gradually, and you'll hear what happens. So you heard from the very beginning, I was hardly covering the 0 hole, then I got my sweet spot, and then I really covered it, and it kind of took me down. So you have to know what your instrument is, and the only way that to do that is by practicing it. We already played our A, now we're going on to a B, which is 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, half hole 0. Always remember that that 0 is a tricky note or hole to cover, not knowing how much you have to cover it, but it's very minimal. So just practice it and it'll get better, okay? All right, let's try it. Good, and then we're going to C, which is 0, 1, 4, 5. All right, so we've got all of our notes. I want us to practice playing our C major scale going up and down. For those of you who have no difficulty doing that, I also want to add one more scale, which is D major. So D major now starts on D. We know that it has two sharps, F and C, Father Charles. And now in D major scale, D is Do. I think of the story, The Dodo, and D is Do. His name is Ashok, Ashok. He has a big family, F sharp Mi. They all live in the city, C sharp T. He talks a lot and everyone hears, all they hear is blah, 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 be la. He makes lots of mistakes, so he needs an eraser, E-ray. There's one redeeming quality of Ashok the dodo. He makes lots of wonderful jokes and everyone bursts out into guffaws, G-fa. All right, remember what your solfege is for the D major scale, and let's try practicing that. So it's gonna be, and this is just one octave. So I wanna hear the D major, D, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, F sharp, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, G fa, A, Ashok, B la, blah, 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 C sharp, 1, 2. And D is finger 2. Practice playing that going up and down. I wanted to show you something else, but I think it's gonna have to wait until next week. So hopefully you will watch this video and practice every day, devote a little bit of time to the practice, and you will get better. Probably better than me, in all honesty, because I really should be devoting more time. But that's another story. Anyway, it's great to see you all. I'll see you later. Take care, bye.